next up on the list, going to our him zones. We missed it last week and didn't get to address all the top players of last weekend, but we wanted to make sure we highlighted what was going on this weekend. Alec, I'll start with you. Who is him to you in week 13?
Yep, Mr. Standing on Business himself, Deebo Samuel. He had a great game against the Eagles. He talked his shit in the offseason. He was saying how if Brock Purdy was healthy, he don't think the game would have been close. Check, he was right there. And he said Bradbury was trash. They didn't necessarily have a one-on-one matchup, but that Eagles secondary definitely got exposed once again. So check again, he was right. And yeah, they dominated, and Deebo dominated. He had 3 total touchdowns, 4 catches, 116 yards. One of those was a rushing touchdown, and it was just absolutely dominant performance from the 49ers and Deebo. So had to give him the shout out there.
Absolutely, salute to him. Definitely impressive. I'm surprised he hasn't made the list sooner. But I think this is his first appearance for him on this year, and all praise to him. Very excited to see what is next for this Niners squad, and hope they continue to keep this going the rest of the season. So yeah, he stayed on business and delivered. A lot of Eagles fans were pissed. It was very funny seeing Waddle and Gilly's reaction to it all the other Philly fans that were out there online, real active. Someone I mentioned before on here, Clint Coley is a comedian from out here by way of Philly. He's a big Eagles fan as well, and I guess he had a bet with a friend of his, and in the bet, after the Niners lost, he had to post videos in a Niners jersey and say "Bang Bang Niners gang," the best team in the league. He had a whole script he had to read out as a result of the Eagles losing. So seeing all the Eagles fans hurt and having to bow a little, bend the knee a little bit to the Niners has been real funny. And we'll see who else the Niners eat their words for how they've been disrespectful so far this season. So yeah, salute to Deebo for what he has going on there, and hope that he can keep it up the rest of the way. So good stuff there. To my him this week, my MVP, as I pointed out, during our 3 truths right now, Tyreek Hill was very impressive versus the Commanders. I almost didn't want to give it to him this week because he was playing the Commanders, but he still was impressive in this game enough to point it out. 5 receptions, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, still pulling on track with 2,000 yards. Yeah, he is the guy that stands out, and even as great as Deebo is and other receivers are across the league. Even someone who's going to point out an honorable mention, Nico Collins, who's been surprised this year for some folks, who was impressive this last weekend. There are many other rising receivers in this league who appear to be great right now. But Tyreek stands ahead above them all right now, and is breezing past anyone who they put in front of him. So yeah, with how great he is right now, there was a moment, I believe, in the last game or 2 games ago where he almost hurt his ankle, and folks were all gassed, like, "Oh no, this is the end of his run for 2,000." But he's going to get back on the field and continue to live up to the height that he set for himself. He's at the bar. He wanted 2,000, and he's going for it. And it seems like he's on track and will get the job done. So yeah, all praise to him for what he's doing in Miami this year. With a new system, folks almost thought he wouldn't be the same in Miami, but he continues to live up to what we believed he was in Kansas City as well. So good stuff on that front. Going on, let's move up to the not him side. I'll go first. That's an interesting one.
Okay.
My not him for week 13 is Taylor Swift.
Now, why is that? Yeah. I'm waiting. I don't know.
I have the people within the Chiefs community, all the Swift fans have been saying that Taylor Swift is the lucky charm for the Chiefs this year. But saying, when Taylor Swift's in the building, it's a given that they're going to get the job done. She's a lucky charm for Travis Kelce. She's a lucky charm for the Chiefs offense and all of that. And her presence is going to make folks step up and get the job done. Well, they went out versus the Packers on Sunday night, and they fell short even with her being there. So with that being the case, they're now 4-5 with her in the building, and then coming up short kind of breaks the charm that people thought Taylor Swift was. And yeah, I just wanted to highlight that a little bit. We'll see if the Chiefs can bounce back. We talked about a little bit what's going on with their receivers and all of that, and the woes that they had. Folks thought with Taylor in the building they would be fixed, as I said, but didn't really work itself out this last weekend, and we'll see what they can do to get back on track going forward. And yeah, what do you think about folks now having to quiet a little bit about the Taylor Swift charm that the Chiefs essentially had?
Yeah, I don't really pay attention to that stuff too closely as far as like the Swifties and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like clearly it has no bearing on how the actual game plays out. Maybe it has some bearing on like how well Travis
You
Kelce
don't think
plays.
so? They talk about in the NBA once the girls are sideline guys ball out. They said the same thing with Taylor Swift.
That's what I'm saying. Like maybe it affects specifically how Kelce plays because like he's had some good performances, but other than that, I'm not saying it's not affecting the outcome of these games for me. Yeah.
Well, not anymore it seems. So oh well, but yeah, I wanted to put that out just a little, just to poke at it and see what happens. So interesting there. Who was your not him of week 13?
Yeah. At first, I had Quentin Johnston. I didn't want to pile on like that.
Yeah. Just leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Yeah. Yes. I switched it to the team he was playing, the New England Patriots. Not them. There's just too many guys to choose from on this side between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, just playing some bad quarterback for them. They now have.
Could you say that Bill Belichick actually is not him this week for what he's allowed this team to become this season?
Perhaps. I was gonna say they've now lost 3 straight games where they've only given up 10 points defensively. So that's not necessarily on Belichick. Like the defense only given up 10 points, only gave up 6 points this past week, and they still couldn't win the game. They cannot put the football in the end zone. They cannot score the ball. It's becoming a real issue. And now their best offensive player is on the sideline for a few weeks in Ramondre Stevenson. So it's only gonna get worse, I guess. And I don't know how it gets worse than losing games where you only give up 10 points. But yeah, the Patriots are not them this year.
Yeah, they're throwing the towel. They're in the Caleb sweepstakes. They're in the Drake May sweepstakes and all of that. Rebuilding it seems, and who I guess as they are aiming for a top pick, who's going to be a better fit for the Patriots? You think they should go for a dynamic guy like Caleb Williams, or you think they need more of a pocket presence that Drake May appears to be?
Yeah, the draft can't come soon enough for them. I would say Caleb Williams, as we said, like he's still our number one guy, and I think that dual threat would be a benefit for them. But I don't think you necessarily go wrong with either guy, either. But I would say Caleb probably.
Only up from here. I will say the Ravens. We saved the league. There was reports that when we traded up in our draft a few years ago to go and get Lamar Jackson, that had we not got him, I think the Patriots were the very next pick, and Belichick had eyes on Lamar Jackson and wanted to maybe take him as the next guy in New England after Tom. So Belichick is at least has an eye and is open to having mobile quarterbacks in the building. It's not this thing where he's back in the old days and wants a pocket passer and wants that. He's open to new.
Hey, they did pass on Lamar Jackson though.
Who?
The Patriots.
I just said that they came back around. They would have drafted him.
Yeah. If it came back around, but they had opportunity. Yeah.
Sure. They just passed on one time and it backfired. But either way, at least they're open to the idea of the new era QBs, and Caleb Williams definitely is a full impersonation of that. So we'll see if they go after him, if they have the pick for it, or if they find somebody else in Drake May. Either way, it's only up from here, as Zappi and Mac Jones have not seemed to be the guy this year. So yeah, it is what it is, and we'll see how they rebuild. Looking forward to it all. And definitely, I agree with you that they are not them this week. So let us know who you guys have as your best worst performances of week 13. Let us know if you have your eyes on for week 14, who you believe will stand out this upcoming week, and we'll be sure to be in the comments responding to it all. So